Hey everybody, it's Ann popping on behind my apron tonight. I thought I would go live with a quick supper for you that is so budget friendly. So my daughter's home for a few weeks and I asked her today what we should make tonight that would serve three, my husband, Jim, and her and I. And so she said, well, let me look. And so she pulled up a Copycat chicken lettuce wrap. So like P.F. Chang's, you know. But here's the scoop, you guys. If you go out to eat, it's really expensive right now. In fact, I just heard this week that the average per person out to eat is over $15. So I'm going to show you this recipe that you can do for $3 or $4 a serving instead of over 15. So whether you're in a party with me this week or you're just following along on my timeline and looking for some ideas, welcome into my kitchen. This does use several different ingredients to make the sauce, but you guys, these are ingredients I use with other cooking too. So if you don't have all these, the first time you buy them, you will feel like you're buying a few more things, but you will use them in a lot of different recipes. So what I have going on right now, you can either use ground chicken or ground turkey for this recipe, but ground chicken's really been one of the supply chain things that's been hard to find. So I have a pound of ground turkey browning in the 10-inch nonstick stainless skillet. I love this pan. We've talked about this a lot. So it is browning here, and I am using our new mix and chop spatula to crumble it up and to actually, let me see, I can move this around a little bit with me tonight. You can actually use it to crumble up like the mix and chop you're used to, but you can also use it to scoop out some of the belongings, and then there are drain holes in it. So this is a new product that just came back into the line this month. We tried to bring it out this spring, but we couldn't get the supplies quite right, so we have them now, so it's a lot of fun. So while this chicken is browning in here, I went ahead, and I'll back this up a minute, and I went ahead and used the food chopper, as you can see, and I diced up all the peppers and onions already with the very, very famous food chopper, all right? But what I want to do with you guys is get this sauce made. So I'm sorry if I'm making you goofy moving it around, but I wanted you to have a little bit closer look here. Okay, there we go. So over here, we're going to put together the sauce. So I'm using the 2-cup prep bowl, and the first ingredient was a tablespoon of peanut butter. So you guys, I put it in the microwave to melt it, to make sure it would stir around in the bowl, because I really want this to blend together with the recipe, all right? So here we go. Then we are going to add 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I'm just about at the end of the barrel here, so I have another one started. And if you are noticing, I'm not lifting up this little measuring cup from the counter because all of the marks for these are on the slant. So you can just add your ingredients, and when it gets to that mark, like now it's right at 3 tablespoons. Let's see if I can lift it up and show you guys kind of what it looks like. You can see the measure marks in there. So then I can go ahead and add it right to the peanut butter that was already in there. Then the next ingredient is 3 tablespoons of the hoisin sauce. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just pour, look at the measure marks, add it in. This is a little thicker, so I just might want a little scraper here, scrape that out. Then the next is a tablespoon of sesame oil. So I'm going to add the tablespoon of sesame oil. And this little tiny baby measuring spoon cup that I'm using, not spoon, you can get it with the bigger set. And in fact, in the fall line, it's going to just come in the bigger set. Then we need a tablespoon of the rice vinegar. And again, this is an ingredient I use a ton in summer salads. So if you like to do like any of the Asian chopped salads, that is awesome. I'm going to take a time out from the sauce here. It looks like my chicken is really well browned and most of the liquid is cooked off, which is what my goal was. So then I'm going to add all the vegetables. So as I told you earlier, I already diced up the onions, the peppers, and the water chestnuts. So I'm going to just go ahead and scoop them right into the meat, because I want these to start cooking. And then if you have been out to eat at an Oriental restaurant where they have lettuce wraps, Sometimes they're on the appetizer list, sometimes they're on the main dish list. They come with a bowl of these beautiful lettuce leaves. You can use green leaf or big romaine. And I'm really excited because in our local grocery store, we are carrying these beautiful romaine leaves, and they make a great wrap, and they're packaged or grown right in West Union, so super close by. So that's what we're going to fill ours with. Back to the sauce mix though. I got to keep going because that needs to get put in here. Then I need 2 teaspoons of sweet chili sauce. Whoops, forgot to dump in the rice wine. Okay. 2 teaspoons. And then it asks for garlic powder. But you guys, I love Pampered Chef's garlic and herb. And so I'm just going to take the lid off and sprinkle a little of this on top instead of using garlic powder. And then it asks for just 1/4 teaspoon of powdered ginger. So I'm just going to put that in. And the sweet chili. And once you have everything together in the bowl, you want to whisk this so that it really gets a nice blend. And so I grabbed the flat bottom whisk so you guys could see it's going. And one of the keys to making this really is melting that peanut butter ahead of time, because otherwise, you know, if you have a really thick peanut butter, it's really hard to get it to blend in while you're whisking. So this is so much easier. So there's the beautiful sauce. Boy, I wish you guys were here so you could smell this. It's wonderful. And then I'm going to let those onions cook for another minute or so with the onions and peppers before I add the sauce. But when I do that, then the sauce is going to go over top, and it's actually going to cook down for about 5 minutes or so. Okay, so we're going to just let that be for a couple minutes. But a couple things I'll mention to you while I'm doing this. Last night we had made the chicken basil fish recipe, not chicken. Let me talk back. If you go on my timeline to last week, I posted it, and it had a basil tomato glaze on pieces of fish. And so last night I made that, and our daughter said, gosh, I never can get my fish or shrimp to have that brown sear. So what we were talking about is that you really need to have the right kind of pan to get that beautiful brown sear, like on a chicken breast or fish or shrimp. And so the non-stick stainless steel works great. Any stainless steel works great, and does cast iron. So when you're thinking about what you're cooking, if you're wanting that look also, a total non-stick pan, it's really hard to get that same sear look. So I would just encourage something like this. Besides, these pans, we have them in 4 sizes, and they can go right in the dishwasher. They're fabulous for that. Another couple things while that's cooking down. This month in July, Pampered Chef's got several things on sale. And we have a list of what's retiring for the fall, and we have some new things out, like I just mentioned, this mix and chop spatula. But I was pretty sad about something that's on sale that's retiring, and I'm going to show you real quick because I've used this before. But the stoneware deep dish pie plate, yeah, it's like my favorite hot dip. If I'm making a hot dip for a party or gathering or Christmas Eve when we do appetizers, and it also makes the most beautiful deep dish pies. Yeah, it's leaving the line. So it's on sale in July for just $36. So if you're on a party, you have a party link to shop. If you are just a Pampered Chef friend and you need some things or have weddings coming up, or this makes a great gift, message me or put it in the comments and I can send you a shopping link too. So I was pretty sad about that. And then one other thing that's going on in July, you guys, they have a great special this month. So if you are going to do some shopping, I'm just going to stir this a little bit more. Boy, it's starting to look delicious. Maybe one more minute. I want the onions to start looking a little bit softened before I put the sauce in, because I don't want the sauce to do all the softening for me. If you are shopping in July with Pampered Chef, you guys, there's 2 really cool deals. So for several months now, we've been doing a special. If your order is $80 or over, you get a free gift. And so this month, in the month of July, if you do that, you get 3 of these, the set of 3 of the incredibly sharp kitchen paring knives. So you guys put it in the comment if you have these. These are just incredible. I would hope the majority of you already own some of these. Love them to death. But then if you do a little bit more shopping, so like I mentioned, if you need a new piece of cookware or you need wedding gifts or something like that, if your order is over $100, then you get the knives, but you also get this famous quick stir pitcher, you know, the one that you don't have to use a spoon. You can just mix it right there. Yeah, those two things are your free gifts if you shop with us in July with over $100. And I might as well tell you too, if you're over $150, you also get free shipping on top of that. So really cool time. And when you're on the shopping site, you can see everything else that's on sale and that's retiring for the fall. So you'll be able to take a sneak peek at that. Okay, I think this looks really good. So I'm going to just whisk this one more time. I want to make sure it's really ready. And I'm going to add it to the pan. And then we want this to cook down. Just a second, I'm going to grab my handy scraper back because I want to get all of this. We want this to cook down just a little bit. So we are going to stir it in and let it cook in the pan about 5 minutes or so. And then we are going to scoop it up and put it in the lettuce leaves. And you can garnish this if you would like. You can garnish it with some sliced green onions. Some people like a little more crunch than just the water chestnut, so they even put like little wonton strips or chow mein noodles on top. Totally up to you, but super fast summer fresh recipe that's so much less expensive than going out to eat. So you guys, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if I can help you. I'm looking to see if she put the website on here where she took this off of. She didn't, but it says right across the top, it's probably backwards for you guys, but it says Asian chicken lettuce wraps, better than the ones at P.F. Chang's. So it's a great copycat recipe. So let me know what you guys are cooking tonight. Let me know if you've ever made these, and I'll send you a picture when we've put it together. Talk to you soon.